Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. And, no idea how I have not reviewed this. But the other day, North Coast Scrimshaw Pilsner is what we're reviewing today. I bought this with the intention of reviewing this several times. Problem is, spoiler alert, I really like this beer and I buy a sixer of it and then I intend to review it and I just never do. I just end up drinking a sixer. And follower Ben Kiesel, subscribe to the channel, follower on Instagram. He was kind of just hit me up the other day, and he's like, "Man, have you ever had Scrimshaw?" I was like, actually, basically said the same thing. I'm like, I've had it a bunch of times. I've just never reviewed it because I can't not drink it before I get to reviewing it. We're going to change that today. We're going to review it. So this is from North Coast Brewing Company, one of my near and dear to my heart breweries. They make North Coast Old Stock, Brother Theolonis, a bunch of really great beers. This is their Scrimshaw Pilsner, brewed in Fort Bragg, California. Water, malted barley, hops, yeast, and that's all. Up top here we have named for the delicate engravings in the 19th century seafarers. This is a fresh-tasting Pilsner-style beer brewed in the finest European tradition with a subtle hop character, clean, crisp palate, and dry finish. Do we get a date on here? These Scrimshaws keep quite well. For the sake of science, I was hoping just to be like, okay, this is how old this bottle is, but I don't see one. So we're just going to dive into it. Now I need a bottle opener. I should be able to find one. I said I should. Not that I will, but anything can be a bottle opener if you want to. So this is a leg to a monitor. What would be the best way to use this as a bottle opener? It doesn't really have a hard edge on it. Let's see if we can just do one of these. I thought I was going to be cool there for a second. I know I have like 40 of them. There's probably one like staring me in the face right now in this little drawer. I know that. Oh, I'm breaking everything. I see one right here. There we go. There you go. Entertainment for you. Wow, this glass is a little dirty. Shh. Well, it's dirty on the outside, not on the inside. All my clean glasses right now are like non-Pilsner glasses, so I was actually using this. I had a beer previously, but I've rinsed it out, but apparently not all that great. Well, label-wise, I dig it, Classic bottling, stylings. It's what North Coast does. As far as the beer goes, give that a little rub there to make it look a little nicer. Yeah, I mean, it looks all the part of a nice crisp Pilsner. Soft, little, slightly unfiltered kind of craft level, kind of clarity to it. Very mesmerizing kind of snow globiness with this rich kind of straw colored hue to it. Probably white as white. It could be maybe off a hair of that as far as color, but it looks all the part of a Pilsner. Let's get a nose. Clean, crisp, crackery malts. No shit, Sherlock. It's a Pilsner. But you'd be surprised how hard that is to pull off. A lot of people don't get it right, and that's what you're getting here. Probably a little toasted crackeriness. So something above saltine, not getting all the way to gritty or anything like that. And then there is the slightest little bit of melon character that is typical on point for me when it comes to a Pilsner. And that's pretty much it. No precursor to like a snappy bittering or anything like that. Just that nice malt driving the day. A little bit of soft like melon characteristic. Done and done. Let's dive in. Cheers, y'all. Okay. Ultra crispy boy status. It does have a little bit beefier malt than what a lot of people would like to have on their crispy boys, but it still retains an ultra snappiness and an ultra cleanness and an ultra crispness. So it's pulling this cool kind of trick where you get a nice kind of malt forward base, but it's still really snappy and really clean. So again, that crackery malt that's a little bit more toasty, a little bit, not roasty, but more toasty above what you'd expect from a base kind of crackery saltine kind of thing when it comes to a Pilsner. The hop here is actually quite aggressive. It's just stopped short of being Czech Pils, but it wants to be bittering. There is a nice snappy bittering to it that kind of makes the beer squeaky clean as it is. There's that little bit of melon characteristic, like I said, coming up from behind that is kind of classic kind of Pilsner, clean, snappy kind of hop presence for me. Dunzo. There's not much to be too showy about here. I mean, they even say, it's our base ingredients. We're just making a really well done, really crisp, really well done Pilsner, but we're letting the pieces of what a Pilsner makes a good beer cook. You know, it is the malt. The malt's not a generic, like, utilitarian malt, excuse me. It has a backbone to it. It has a bit of richness to it. Again, that bittering, quite a bit more than what you expect on the nose, but just stopping short of your Czech level pills, bittering, and that little bit of melon characteristic, which just kind of ties it all together. Listen, this is a classic, what you'd expect from a really well done Pilsner, which is, if you want to sit here and do like I'm doing and you want to talk about it, great, let's do that. Let's have this conversation and talk about really good Pilsner. But if you just want it to be utilitarian, you want to do its job, be the sidecar, be the second fiddle to help facilitate a good night, not necessarily just talking about the beer, it absolutely can do that too. Which I think is kind of just what Pilsners should be. You know, I'm more than happy to sit in here and talk about them, be all nerdy with you. Sometimes I just want to rip some pills. Hence the reason why I keep buying this and not reviewing it, because I enjoy it so much I just drink it. Finally got it on video. Well, at least I have so far. Who knows, my camera might mess up, but I have 5 others, so I might be able to get a vid in if I really had to. But yeah, you're talking about something, you're giving me, I think I got $11 for a sixer of this. I can find this relatively easily. Don't find it everywhere I go. But if I want a sixer of Scrimshaw, I know I can go get one within, you know, I live in the boonies, so 15 minutes where I live, that's kind of a very short distance. And it just really scratches that itch while giving you a little bit more than a classic American snappy pills. It's not macro. It's way more crafty than it is macro. And I'm not saying that in a negative sense. That a lot of crafty pills tends to want to get really, really neutral and kind of lean a little bit more towards, you know, high life than something like this. Not poo-pooing on that. I dig on that too. But there's a bit more to this beer than just that. And I dig it. And it's around for really great price point from really great brewery. We're done. We're done talking about it. Is it one of the better Pilsners I've had as of late? Yes. Mount Rushmore status? It's on the outside looking in, just because I've had hundreds and hundreds of Pilsners as of late. But I'm never going to turn this way, and it's worthy of being up there. Let's put it that way. Value and availability, like I said, I can find it on the reg, relatively cheap, and leave you with if you like what we like this, if you like Pilsner. But you're not afraid of having a little bit of malt presence in your beer, and you like good beer. This is beer flavored good beer. That is not a bad thing. So there you go. The review in the books. North Coast. Have you been to the brewery? Have you had the beers? What's your favorite beer? Thoughts on Scrimshaw? Anything. Anything at all. Hopefully North Coast related. If not, let's have another conversation down there. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Scrimshaw right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.